Okay, the record. Okay, so this is AlphaCam. Today we just take a look a little bit to the system. I have just to open because I asked to Akim some tools configuration, so we can do in this way. I copy some tool from him. Okay.
Ah, das sind Tools, ne? Und geil, das sind halt schon die von Achim, die wir zum Teil übernehmen können. Ja?
Okay, I copy also the styles. We will speak about this. Maybe also with Akim, you will speak about the styles. Okay. Okay. So this is a configuration where we can start, but we will see in the future what could be okay for you, what do you need or what not. Today I just want to explain a little bit the situation with AlphaCam, and I start from the beginning, so I close the program. So this is the situation that you have when you open this icon. So you will click 2 times on this, and the system is ready. When it's open, you will see you have like a table where you can draw whatever you want. Okay, so what is important to know is the view. For example, in this case, you can see the view, it's in 3D, the view. Why? Because if I go on visualization this, and I switch off the 3D, you can see on the y-axis and on the x-axis appears the numbers. Otherwise, you have this situation. But we start in this way. So it's like the camera is perpendicular to the table.
Yes.
Okay. And what we do as the first thing that we must do on the software, we draw the panel. The panel, so the piece must be a square or rectangular, nothing else. And if you go on the menu, this is the menu, under menu is very easy in AlphaCam because you switch on for the menu, and here you have everything inside. It's like Windows 10 more or less, or 11. So in the geometry menu you have all the possibilities to make geometries: line, arc, circle, square, special shapes, and so on and so on. In this case I want the rectangular. AlphaCam works in this way. You take the command, in this case rectangular, you pick on this, and in this area the software asks you for what do you need. For example, in this case the software asks me for the one corner of the rectangular, and the corner must be 0, 0, because 0, 0 is the same position as you have in the machine. So we draw normally 0, 0. So you have not to find a position, because it's just necessary to say enter and enter to the software. And now the software, sorry, asks us for the second corner. And the second corner is the length and the height of the panel. For example, 1000, enter, 500, enter. So now I create Y rectangular, and I see two things in my drawings. The first is that the camera is too near to the panel. And second, the command that I switch on, the rectangular, it's anyway on. So the software asks me again the first corner and the second corner. So we understand that the structure of AlphaCam, it's I take the command, I use the command, but when I finish, I have to say that I finish.
Yeah.
In this case, to say that I finish, I can press escape in the keyboard, or the right button of the mouse is the same.
Okay.
When you press escape, you can see the button is off, and no command is engaged, is active. Nothing is active. Now, really important to understand, it's where we are and what is the way to move of the software. If you go on this menu, you can see, for example, the zoom. This section is the zoom. In any condition, if you push on zoom all, you have the completely piece or more than one that is contain the limits is how many pieces you have, and is space on the screen. So you can see a general view of everything just pressing on zoom all. But there is also the zoom window, like this. For example, I want to open this window and the system show me just the window. I can come back, and so on and so on. But okay, it's also easy to check this part also yourself, no problem. But it's also important to know that the powerful tool that you have is in your hand. So the mouse is very powerful if we speak about zoom, because the ball in the middle make the zoom. And
Yes,
it's really clever zoom, because if I move with the mouse in this position and I zoom, you can see that now it's zoomed this part. If I come back and I go in this part, this now is the zoom. If you press the ball, so the center button of the mouse, this is the pan. So it's like this. So what we are moving all the table, not the drawings. Okay, we just move the visualization of the table. Okay, so now in this first lesson we want to see the complete process. So we produce something, a draw, and after the draw we put the tool inside the drawing, and then we want to export for the machine. We save and we export for the machine. How to do this? Easy, because for example we want to make a second line here, 100 millimeter inside, and this will be what we want to work in the machine. So if you go on menu modify, this one, there is a function where it's possible to, when you switch on, the system asks you how many millimeter, for example 100. What do you want to copy? For example, the completed geometries. Okay, and I press the perimeter and then inside. The software automatically say, okay, I take the big one, I stay 100 millimeter from each side, and then make another rectangular. If you want, in the same menu, I can, for example, these two lines, I want that it's a radius in between. So I can switch on this. The system asks me how many millimeter is the radius. The elements, for example, it can be the two elements, for example, this and this, or this and this. I can use this one for set line 50 and 50, for example. And you can see here, in this part, the software asks you what they need. This and this. It's just an example, of course. Okay, because I finished, I press escape again. And now, it's possible to, if this part is the drawing, I mean, if I save this part and I put in the machine doesn't know nothing. Because there isn't any information about the tool until now. To have the information, it's important to open this part. And we start from the first icon where we choose the tool. The tool is possible to manage also in this way. So in this case, you just switch on the tool for route. For example, I don't know, can be the number 10 or let me see, this one. This one is a tool. The number 3 is 60 millimeter radius. So double click and I can see the tool on the drawings. If I want to accept this tool, if it's okay for me, I push on left button of the mouse inside, and the machine the software know that I want to use this. The second icon is this one. It's also really important because every tool has a diameter. And we must understand in your line if the diameter will work inside, on the center, or outside from the line, because we have 3 possibilities. For example, outside means the tool radius is in this position. Inside is opposite, or in the center is this. Why we can choose? Because it depends what we want to do. For example, if this is this is the piece that I want, means you must be outside, because the radius must work in this way. If this is a hole, so I have to take out the part because I want to put inside here something else, it's completely different, so I have to do something like this. Now we check, so this is inside in this moment, and then I want to route, so I just go on the second, the third icon where this is the Z. What is the Z? Is the depth of the tool. The first 2 field is already okay, so you have don't touch it. The third it's okay because this is the surface of the panel. The last one is how many millimeter you want to work on the panel. It depends if it's completely through the panel, if it's just 10 millimeter or 1 millimeter. With the minus means you go inside in the version, inside in the piece, 10 millimeter in this case. So I press OK, and the software asks me to select the geometries. This. When it's selected, and blue means selected, if there isn't any kind of different lines to select, because I just want to work this. So I finish and I press the right button of the mouse. What happened? Another line will be created automatically. The line is in this case blue, but can be different colors. And what is this line? This line is the center of the tool. we use a tool of 16 millimeter diameter, and the machine will do something like this. So I touch your line, the programmed line, and what we create is the tool path for the machine. Now, when I save the drawing in this way, the machine will do something for sure. It's also possible to understand better what happened. For example, I change the view, sorry, here. I change the view in 3D, so I can see this is the panel and this is the work inside, because you can see the Z goes down and the machine follow my lines in this way. And it's also possible to have a simulation. So I can switch off the simulation. I can switch on the simulation and you can see. And the tool compensation, the radius compensation is inside. Okay, so the machine will work in this way as you see in the screen. Now, I come back on the first view, so I switch off for the 3D. I can put something else like holes or whatever I want. And now I want to save the program. So, to save the program, there is two ways to save the program. The first one is this, so save enter, save as. I will create, on your desktop, I will create a new directory. It's called AlphaCam training. Okay. Let me see. Okay. And on AlphaCam training, I put, for example, the first lesson. I just call the process. Okay. What we save in this, when we save in this way, we save the AlphaCam program. I mean, I close AlphaCam, for example, to explain better. If I open the directory, I have the program here. If I put double click here, AlphaCam will be open, and the file that I have inside is perfectly what I saved until now. So I can open it to go on, to program something, or to work something, or to delete something, to modify, and so on and so on. But this format, this program, I cannot put in the machine. The machine doesn't understand nothing about this format. It's just for AlphaCam. And to save for the machine, we have another way. And the way for the machine is this. On start, this is the way to save for the machine. Because the machine every machine understands a code. The ANSI code is called. For every machine is different. Every machine has its language. So it's not possible for one language, it's available for another machine. Must be completely the same. So if you want to save for the machine, you push this. You say OK. You say where you want to save. For example, this it's perfect. And the system asks you for the dimension. For example, 1620 millimeter, the thickness. And then I can just say OK, and the system save this. And what is this? This is what you put in the machine. and it's something like a text, a code. This is line by line all the line that you need to program this toolpath. Okay. So this is the process. Of course, the training is not finished, but it's long and long. But the process is this. So we start from to have the drawings. The drawings can be done in AlphaCam, inside AlphaCam. And it's good to know how to draw also in AlphaCam, because it can be that you pass through, for example, Vectorworks, I think, or some other file or other format. But I think it's also important when you need to know how to draw in AlphaCam. Okay, normally we don't. This is just an example, but normally we don't work in this way in AlphaCam. Near to this way. I mean, I come back from the beginning. So this is new. When you press this, you come back to the new program, completely empty. We start anyway from the first step, and the first step is anyway draw 0, 0 and your panel dimension, for example 1600. But now it's better to do something like this. On 3D menu, you have the possibility to set the dimension of the panel. If I push on this, the system asks you just for the thickness. The thickness is minus something. So, for example, if we use the 20 millimeter thickness, is minus 20. And the system asks me to select the rectangular, and with the right button of the mouse I say, okay, this is my panel. And now the system asks me to select the face, because I have several faces that I can work. For example, up. And you can see here it's switch on now. What I mean, if I do something now in this moment, what I do is in the phase number 1. If I want to work with the router this line, I come back on NC Father. I take the tool, for example, I don't know, this tool or maybe this one. I say if I want to stay with my tool in this direction, or in the middle like it is. It's okay in the middle. And then I just say to the software, how many millimeters I want to go inside in the wood. You understand? Minus 20 or what else. And it is. Simulation and start. Okay. I repeat, when you want to save, you can save. Normally I save both. So I save the single file for AlphaCam, because in the future I can make a modification. Or for example, you can produce a piece today, and this customer in the next 2 years want back another piece the same. So you can have a stock of the pieces where you can write down by customers or by kind of pieces as you want, that this piece will be remake another time, the same piece. The process too, okay. So this one is this way is to save the AlphaCam program, and then if I want also for the machine is this, and you will see now the system doesn't ask me, will not ask me the dimension. The dimension is already inside automatically, because if I produce the 3D of the piece, the system understands the dimension, so the length, the height, and the thickness. So I can say just OK, and I save also the NC code for the machine. And this is what the machine has to know to produce the same piece. Okay, so of course, Marvin, today is just to open something and to see if everything works, yeah, I think it's completely enough. If you want to try, we do another time. So I can give you the command and the mouse, and you can try to make the same. Remember that in 1 hour I have the record ready on YouTube, so you can open again and you can repeat the passage yourself. So you can check, stop, write. So this way, we use this way from several years, and seems to works very good for the customers. So it's not necessary to write just when we are in connection, but you can repeat the same lesson 1,000 of times if you want, or if something is not clear. And the day after, it's very good because you try yourself to do the same thing that we do during the lesson. Okay, so if you want, you can do yourself. Remember, if you are in this view, is not correct. Is not right. It's correct also in this view, but I advise to work in the beginning with this switch off. And so, okay, I leave the mouse to you. If you want to go on the menu geometry, so you can move it. Let me see, just one thing. Okay, good. So you can select the rectangular, and you can just say enter and enter 2 times, right? And the second corner is, for example, 1,600, right? Okay, also 1,000 and 600 in the Y. And okay, perfect. Now, if you finish to use the rectangular, like in this case, escape 1 time, because you can see, right, perfect. Otherwise, the command remains switch on. Now, if you want to create the 3D, you can do it by the menu 3D.
By what?
The menu, you have a menu, it's called 3D. And this one, yes, right. For example, -20, it's okay. And you just say okay, and you pick in the square after. You say okay here, and just you go near to the square, to the rectangular, sorry. Yes. Left button of the mouse and right button of the mouse to say the command is produce the command. This is just the selection when it becomes blue. Right. And you select the first phase, this one. Yeah. Perfect. And you can see it's yellow. Yellow means this is the selected phase. So everything you do here is in the first phase of the panel. So if you want to do the, you remember before on menu modify, sorry, is this. We take this. You can write 100, 200 as you want. And then OK. And you can touch the square. If it doesn't work, like in this case, I explain why it doesn't work in this case. Because when we create the square, I just move the visualization on 3D. There is not geometry present in the drawings. This is because it's not possible to use. But no problem, because if I come back here and I take another time the rectangular, and I can attach in this point and in this point, we will speak about this. Now it's too early, but I can produce, I can attach, it's the snap, in this point and this point. Now, if I come back, sorry, try now to, okay, you say okay, 100 millimeter if it's good. Now it works. This one inside, yes, you pick just one time and you go inside and pick another time inside. And it works. Now, if you want, you can do any modification that you need. For example, like we do before, we make a radius between two corners, between two lines. We want to make a corner, or we want to make a radius. So you can do something like this. You can say for yeah, the millimeter that you want in the radius, and you pick the two. Yeah, this side, perfect. And I will explain why it's a part is not deleted, but is not a mistake.
Is I click enter now, or?
No, it's okay, and it's already done. The only problem is you have two square. This is the reason, because you can see that also this one.
Yeah.
And for example, if I do something like this, so I can delete, come back, or delete or cut. Like this.
Okay.
Okay, this is a little bit advanced for the first time, but but okay. So what is to do now? For example, my drawing is finished, and I want to set the tool. So to set the tool, it's important to open the menu NC Pfade, this one, and we go on the first icon. So we select the tool, right? The tool selection we will see in the next lesson. We have a big difference between the router and the boring head. So this is a work to route. What you have to do now is not a holes, of course, it's not. So also the tool is really important to select the right one. For example, the flag, it's okay. So in this page you have all the tool possible in the machine. It's bore, it's everything together. If you want to select just the flag, for example, I switch on this, and will be the visualization is just for the router. For example, 20 millimeter. To choose this tool, you have to press 2 times with double click on the tool. Yeah, and you can see, and you can press in any position of the drawing, no problem where it is. Just accept. It's like confirmation of this tool. Okay, and you go on the second icon, and this is the way to work of the tool. So inside, outside, and so on, or in the middle, for example. And you can see the software asks you, we have 2 sectors separate. So or this or this. What is the difference? It's open or closed geometries. Not today, but tomorrow, if we have time, we explain what the software means with open or closed geometries, because it's really important. For example, we choose in the middle, like it is, and we stop. We close. The last point to do is the route. So you can choose for Konturen. I don't know, sorry, the German, but is this icon.
Yeah.
You can press on this. Okay, and here you have We don't check for every menu here. In the beginning, I prefer that we just check for the parameters that it's really important to know, and we keep the rest of the parameter for the rest lesson, not important now. And what we choose is this, the third one, the third menu, where remember just we have to set the millimeter that you want to go down in the piece. For example, if it's 1 centimeter inside, you just press -10. And it's enough. You press OK. And you pick the geometry that you want to work. For example, this. Yes. Right button of the mouse. Of course, because you don't know, it's too early now. The machine just select one line. The software. The software is right because the way that we produce the drawing is not completely correct. For the moment, it's okay, and the software will show you this is the starting point, goes down 1 centimeter and go in this direction. It's also possible to see by the simulation. In the simulation, you can press start, and you will see this.
Why is it not the whole contour?
Because we stop if the lines are not connected, and this is the concept of closed or open geometries. I mean, I come back. I don't save this. I come back 1 second. So if you have time today or tomorrow morning, up to we have another lesson, can be interesting if you make some exercise. Also, not so urgent to make in 3D for the moment. So you can come back on this view, and the geometry is like you do 0, 0, 1000 and 600. And then from this position, you don't move the position, but you can do, for example, this one. Yeah, sorry, my mouse. Okay. And you can make all the modifications that you want, and so on and so on. For example. Okay, so if I do it like this, and I make the same passage as you do before, so I go here, I choose for my tool, and I ask for the middle, for example, and I want to work 1 centimeter on depth, and I touch this. Everything is work now. It's not just one line. What is the difference between now and before? The difference is this, but tomorrow we will check this difference better than now. If I do something like this, this is a closed or open geometries, Marvin, in your opinion?
Closed one.
Close. And this?
It's the open one.
Okay. So the concept is everything is closed. If we have to say the concept can be this: a closed geometry is when the starting point and the end point is in the same position. So I start in one point. If I can make several segments, line, arcs as you want, but I come back in the same point where I start, like the square. And it's right, because if I try to work on the two lines, you will see with the same tool, for example. Because I think this is closed, I go on this section, and for example, I want to stay inside, and the system say, okay, it's inside. And if I go here, it doesn't work, because the system see that there is something not correct because it's working on this part, on this section, in the open geometries. For example, if I change, now it's changed because it's open, you are right. And when it's open, the inside outside is not possible to set. It's left or right. Okay, so everything is perfectly logic in this situation. The problem is this: if I do something like this, for example, I make a line and I use the cut. This is the trim, is the cut, because I want to have these shapes. Now my question is, this geometry is open or closed?
I guess open.
Why is open?
Because he cut it and he split it into single parts.
Right, but it's true, and you are right, but you can, but there is another point of view. I mean, this is, for example, this is the starting point. I do something like this, I go here, I go here, I go here, and I come back. It's like, more or less, it's like if you do something like this. It's similar or not? But
it looks similar, but I think the program will do the right thing as a closed geometry and the left as an open one.
okay, and you're right. And you're right. And we can also understand if it's open or not open in 1 second. I show you why. If you go in this menu, you have, for example, another command that it's the delete, for example. I don't want to delete, but I want to use the delete to understand the geometries that I have in front of me. I take this command. The connection stop. Let me see why. Okay, now it works again. Let me see. I have some Wi-Fi problem. No, it's okay here. Okay, now. Why? Strange. The connection seems to stop.
Oh.
Now maybe yes. Let me see. Now maybe yes. Okay, I take delete, and I go near to my shape, to my geometries, and you can see the selection. This is what it's in this line, in this kind of line, is the selection. And you can see in this case I have this selection, and this. So are 3 pieces. 1, 2, and 3. In this case is 1. So I can understand that you are right. And what is the difference between this and this? Is because I use, exactly, you are right, is because I use this. And when you use this, you divide the lines. And if you use another software like AutoCAD, for example, is 90% of the time it's not necessary to say that it's closed. In our case, yes, we must say that it's closed. So, for example, if I do the connection, we have some problem with the connection today. Okay, now it works. If you have a shape like this, every time it's closed, for sure. if you have a shape like this, every time it's open for sure. If you have this situation, it's not closed and it's not open. I mean, the segment is perfectly, when finish this segment, the next start in the same position. And also this, so you don't have any space in the corner. So it can be closed if you want. And to transform this in a closed geometry, there is a command very, very easy to use. And is this, if internet works, yeah, this one.
Verbinden, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, this can work just the segments are in the same position. So when I finish with one segment, the second, the third, and the fourth is in the same position. Okay, so I can do in this way. And for example, I can also try this to close. But what happened? If I close this, works. And this is now, it's a closed geometry.
Yeah.
Okay. So for today, it's enough. And you can play a little bit in the system. Wait for the video. It takes 1 hour, maybe less. And I want to save also this this drawing, and I want to go open and okay, so you have the possibilities to see all the program here. Remember, this one is AlphaCam. The notepad is the machine.
Mm-hmm.
So you can open every lesson, open again and check and redo again with the video in front of you. So it's I think it's easy to understand, and I think you are also good to you have experience with the CAD system, with the drawing system. Yes, you have. I think what is your system to draw? It's Vectorworks or
it's Vectorworks. Yeah,
okay.
I think it's similar in some ways.
Yes, it is. It is, and we will see that of course the possibility of AlphaCam is also to insert the external software. Okay, the external drawings, because you have several languages. For example, we choose with Akim that the best is in Parasolid when we work in 3D with the software that you have from Vectorworks, and this is a part that very soon we do, because you will work. And if you have in the next passage, if you have some also some 3D from Vectorworks, we can also try to import and to see what happens when we import in several systems.
Okay, yeah, I can make something ready.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Just single pieces, if for example it's enough. Yeah, why not? We check also this part if you want. Okay, Marvin. So for today, I think it's enough. It's okay. For tomorrow, tomorrow morning. I don't have time because I'm in front of a customer, so it's not easy for me tomorrow morning. So can be okay. Maybe in the same time of today, 2 o'clock for you.
Yeah, for me. I have to ask my colleague.
Yeah.
He's looking at the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow, 14 o'clock, sounds good.
Perfect. So my calendar is perfect, so I will sign down 14 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, good. And we go on in this way also for tomorrow.
All right.
And maybe also the next days we see. I think to find 1 hour per day up to Friday, so it can be that we go fast and.
Okay. I think Friday would be not so good because my colleague is not here there. But
Okay, we can
tomorrow
we
and
can jump in
Thursday.
Monday or something like this. No problem.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Okay, so you can do yourself. You can exercise yourself. You can try yourself everything. If you have some problem, maybe in 1 hour, for example, you try and you have some, call me. Don't worry. You can call me,
Okay.
you can give me ID and password, I can connect, and then we can see for this if there is some passage is not clear or some part is not clear. So don't worry that anytime you can call me. Okay.
Okay. And the YouTube video, you will
I
send me
will
a link.
give you the link in some minutes by
All right.
WhatsApp. But the process takes sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 1 hour. I don't know why, but so the link on YouTube will be ready right now, but the video can be watchable in maybe 1 hour or something less.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I will send you the link in 2 minutes.
All right, perfect. So,
Okay, so yeah. Otherwise, I repeat, try yourself and let me know if you have some difficult or there is something to clarify.
yes, I will.
Okay, good. So for the next, okay, have a good job and have a good day.
You too. See you tomorrow.
See you, bye, see you.